Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar. This is Kevin Koger with IXN, and on behalf of the entire IXN team, I'd like to thank you for joining today in this webinar where we're announcing the launch of final expense products on the IXN platform. This is the first of several new products coming soon to IXN, so keep watching, more to come. We're really excited to have final expense products now available to our BGA and agency customers. It's a fantastic product, and I know many of you on the webinar have requested that final expense be included on IXN's platform, and the excellent attendance on today's webinar shows the demand out there, not only for this product, but specifically demand for IXN's convenient, effective method for quoting and submitting it. So by way of quick housekeeping, there is a chat window. If it's not already open, there's a little blue chat icon down at the bottom right. You can click on that. You're welcome to ask us any questions there, make comments, or if you need help with anything, we do have moderators watching that and can help if there are issues. And also, if you scroll down just below the window where you see the presentation, there's a tab that says polls. We'd welcome you to click there. We've created a couple of polls that will help give us insight into your needs and what's going on in the market. So to start, let's have some introductions. And again, my name is Kevin Koger. I'm the VP of Sales with IXN, and my primary role is managing all of our carrier relationships. So if you're representing a carrier on this webinar and you have products, perhaps like final expense, that are not yet on IXN's platform, I'd welcome you to please reach out to me. Also joining today is Lasse Young. He's a co-founder and chief revenue officer of IXN. And a lot of you've heard Lasse's voice before, so we thought we'd switch it up a little bit, having me start. And so if you're a BGA, an IMO, or an agency, and you're not yet using any or all of IXN's mobile or desktop products, please reach out to Lasse. And on both of those fronts, we'll make sure you're quickly up and running. And most of you are familiar with IXN. We're the leader in mobile quoting solutions. We're the only provider of mobile e-tickets and e-apps in the industry. And we confidently claim to be the easiest to use, best supported insurance quoting solutions on the market because you, our customers, have told us so. So thank you. And now we also get to claim the new title of being the only aggregator with term, GUL, and final expense on a single platform. And so for our format today, we've changed things just a little bit. We've invited guest speakers to join us. And today's guest speakers are from Sons of Norway. And they're one of our newest carrier partners. And they happen to have an excellent final expense product. You'll learn a little bit more about that later on the call. But joining us here today, we have Jared Gostanczik. Jared, I've tried a few times. I hope I'm getting your name right.
You did very well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Jared's been in financial services. He's a sales specialist for Sons of Norway. He's been in financial services for over 20 years, both on the insurance and investment side. He plays a key role at Sons of Norway in giving producers the selling advantages they need, and he's got extensive experience in sales, operations, management, and training. Also, we have Matt Roedel joining us, Director of Sales and Business Development for Sons of Norway. He's been in the financial industry since 2003. He's worked with some of the largest carriers in the industry, as well as IMOs. And he's an experienced sales leader with deep understanding of the business, from sales to marketing, operations, and compliance and suitability. And he really enjoys finding creative and strategic solutions to drive sales. So another great resource for us here today. And so let's look at our carriers. We have our initial final expense carriers, listing Sons of Norway right at the top. And we also have Mutual of Omaha, Foresters, AIG, Prosperity, Transamerican, Royal Neighbors. we'd welcome you to investigate each of these. If you're not already familiar with them, they each offer unique products. Again, you'll hear more about specifically Sons of Norway today, along with some key selling points and some background on what final expense really is from Sons of Norway. And so lastly, before you get to hear from Lasse, let's talk about our agenda so you can see where we're headed today. We're going to start with Lasse. He's going to talk about the IXM platform and demonstrate how to enable final expense products for your platform so that you can quote it on IXM. And then we'll do a quick overview. And here's where we hand it to our friends from Sons of Norway. They'll talk about what is final expense and why you would want to sell it. And then they'll cover some strategies for selling final expense. And then we'll wrap up with some Q&A. But I, again, would invite you to put any questions you have in the chat. Put them in now, and we'll try to cover them as we go, or we'll at least make sure we save time at the end to cover your questions. And that chat window is how we get your questions. And so please put them in there. And with that, Lasse, if you're ready, I'll hand the reins to you.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks, Kevin. So the IXN ecosystem includes more than just quoting. There was a question here, I think, Steve, you asked, does it offer anything outside of quoting? Quoting is definitely core to our platform. But as you can see here, as I go to the next slide here, there's a whole bunch of pieces. There's one here that's coming soon that's a health analyzer. But basically, the IXM platform is a whole ecosystem. It's more than just a quoting engine. We have some great tools in our quoting engine, which I'll show you guys how to do comparisons and to be able to download PDFs and download forms and all that kind of stuff. But there's a whole ecosystem to the IXM platform. From quoting to different analysis products like needs analysis, underwriting guides. We are going to be launching product information here in our platform here in the next coming weeks. So keep an eye out for some announcements from IXM there as well. And then on the application side of things, we've got our e-ticket services, we've got our e-app platform, which we recently launched, and then we've been doing traditional fillable PDFs for a long time. We also have some different tools for marketers. So, we have our Live Quotes API, which again, that's around quoting. You'll be able to, if you just need the rates for any of these services and you're looking to build your own UI, your own front-end interface, we have availability there as well. We have these quotes on the consumer-facing quote engine, and then we also do some website development and mobile app development as well. Our mobile platform is really kind of our flagship product. So what you see here, this is what I was mentioning is our cross-platform solution. So our platform works on any solution, not just a mobile optimized website, but we actually build apps that are customized for your agency. I'll show you an app here in a minute. And some kind of key points about the IXM platforms are we've got great management analytics tools. They're really easy to integrate with third parties or other solutions, and then everything we have has APIs or endpoints built into them to make it easy to work with your platform. So let's pop into a demo here, and I'm going to show you guys actually enabling the quote engine. So some of you who have joined us are current IXM clients. Some of you are potential IXM clients, or maybe have considered using IXM. And so I'm going to show you a few things here on how it works and how our platform functions. So I'm going to share my screen here with you. I'm going to bring up my screen share. I'm going to do this weird eternal ending thing. So Kevin, you can see my screen here, right?
I can.
Perfect. So this is what's called our agency life quoter. So this is designed to plug right into your website, your agency management system. It's an agent-facing tool. So this platform, you can see here, I've gone through and already put in a little bit of information. Let's say I'm running a quote for a 55-year-old. Come down here, I can select the health class. Let's say they're standard. I can limit the carriers. You can see I've got a whole bunch of carriers turned on. It's only going to quote the carriers that today we're doing final expense. You can see we've got term and GUL and some different services here as well. But let's say we want to do $20,000 for final expense, and we click View Quotes. Takes a few seconds, and here we have our quote results. So here, obviously, I already have them turned on, but I wanted to show you guys that I can then grab new business forms here and best ratings, see the premium breakdown. I can create nice little comparisons from here of these products if I want to show my client a comparison of Mutual of Omaha, Foresters, and Sons of Norway here. I can download, text, or email the PDF off to my client, and that all works really nicely on our platform. So here we go. Here we've got a nice little comparison I can then send off, and we're good to go. Also on our mobile app platform, so what you see here now, this is my actual phone screen that you see. So if I get any messages from my wife, just ignore them. But I got come in here, and the IXN mobile app, again, this is more than just a quote engine. I can do a whole bunch of different things. I can do push notifications. There's resources in here. So if you want to build a mobile app for your BGA or even as a carrier, we can build it with your brand and provide it to your agents. But let's say I'm coming in here, I want to run a quick quote. I come in here, I put in my client's date of birth. So let's say they were born in 1961. I put in their state. Let's say they're in California. Let's say I want $25,000 in face amount. You can come in here and select which carriers you want to quote. And then by default, I had it set to standard. I'm going to come down here, and since we're doing, oh, no, we've already got it. That's the health class. But we come down here and we select our product. See, last time I ran final expense, so it saves what I did last time. So we've got that selected. I can actually run multiple if I want. If I also want to run a GUL or something like that, single pay GUL or anything like that, I can run that at the same time. I would just need to start changing the face amount. But I come in here. I can do flat extras, riders, and waivers. That's probably more on the term side. But I click Get Quotes. Takes a few seconds here. And again, here we have our quote results. I can then click on a quote. I can text it, email it, all that kind of stuff from here. So yeah, that's the IXN platform. Those are two of the different use cases. There's also the API, and we have consumer-facing quote engine. You can utilize that as well. If you're a current client, I just want to show you real quick how to enable final expense. Because just because we've added it doesn't mean it's automatically turned on for everybody. We don't want to turn on something for you if maybe you don't sell it. So in order to turn on final expense, you come in here to your IXN dashboard. So it's just dashboard.ixn.tech. If you're an admin, you'll be able to come in here, go to your product. Let's say we want to turn it on for our agency life quoter. Click on the agency life quoter here. Come on. So maybe we wanted to reload. There we go. Click on the agency life quoter. I come in here. I come up here where it says settings. First, I need to go to my product types, and I need to make sure final expense is checked, because it probably will be unchecked. So you'll need to check that. You click Save. And then you come up here to your carriers and products. And then you need to make sure that any of the final expense carriers that we showed you are not grayed out like this. So if you've got, Sons of Norway grayed out, we can come down here, turn on Sons of Norway. And then for some of the carriers, you may have them turned on already. For example, like a Transamerica. But you need to come in here and make sure that these boxes are checked as well. And then at that point, your engine will start quoting that final expense when they click that as an option. So that's the process for quoting final expense on the IXN platform and turning those on. So I will come back here and I will turn it over to go back to the slide here, and we'll turn it over to our friends at Sons of Norway.
All right, thank you guys. Thanks for this opportunity, and hello everybody. What we're going to be doing is just doing a quick overview today of what final expense is, and should you sell final expense, and the opportunity that exists in this market if you are new to this market. With that, I will hand it over to Jared to go over what final expense really is.
Thank you. And again, thanks everyone for joining us today. So if you haven't worked with final expense, as mentioned earlier, it's for lower face amounts, and we're going to dig into our products, give you some quick highlights. And there's certainly a growing need for this product out there because the U.S. population is getting older. They're finding themselves in poor or fair health, and they don't have anything set up. People want to live as financially independent as long as they can, and when something happens, they don't want to leave any expenses behind to any family members or loved ones. And final expense, that takes care of their need. And what you'll find, we're very competitively priced, but we're very easy to work with. So keep that in mind. That's a great market for you out there on the final expense side of things.
All right, thanks, Jared. And again, just to highlight why you should sell final expenses, it's a benefit to the customer because it's an affordable way to provide peace of mind and to cover those expenses for the family members. One of the things that I think is the nicest thing is it's easy for the agents to understand, and it's also very easy for the clients to understand. It's straightforward, it's simple, it's an easy way to enter the market. And the income opportunity for you and your agency is also, it's a great way to build a downline with agents who are new to the industry. It's again, straightforward product. The client knows what it is, the agent knows what it is. And a lot of time it's a one-call close. It's literally, you have that discussion of final needs expense, you do the quotes, you select the carrier, and here we have the e-app. It's really easy to do business with us. Our quoting engine actually goes right into the e-app. We're looking forward to expanding our opportunity with other products with IXN because they do such a fantastic job in this space. And again, that's why we got into this space. We actually got into this space 2 years ago when we introduced our guaranteed and simplified issue because it is such an opportunity and it's really starting to get our name out there. And if you look at us on any comparison, we are one of the top carriers at the most competitive products. So with that, let's go to the next slide and we'll give you just an overview of some of our products. We can go to the next one. All right, so here we see we've got the simple solution, which is a simplified issue whole life. We have a guaranteed solution, which are our two #1 selling products right now. But we also have some other opportunities that you guys can take advantage of when you're meeting with clients in the annuity space as well. We have an extremely competitive guaranteed issue or multi-year guarantee annuity at 3, 5, and 7 years. So you can also help cover their retirement needs and their final expense needs. Jared?
There's one other product I want to touch on real quick that fits into this space. We have our single premium simplified issue whole life, and depending upon the age of the client, you can write that up to $50,000. So again, another very easy product to work with when you're in this space.
All right, let's just quick touch on the products. We'll go to the next slide. As we can see, the simple solution whole life, it's literally 3 health questions, no medical exam, coverage up to $50,000 with issue ages up to 85, and the fixed premiums.
Yeah, so a little bit more on this product. Again, very easy to work with, very competitively priced. Issue ages are 0 to 85. That's a large market to you. As Matt mentioned, we can go to 50,000 standard up to including the table 4. So very easy to work with. But when they're not, and they don't fit in that table 4 guidelines, and then we pivot to next slide, please. So our guaranteed solution is a true non-med. There are no medical questions. The application is only 2 pages. You're getting the insured owner, whether the insured beneficiary, and payment information. Very easy to work with. Up to $25,000 And again, issue ages are down to 0 up to age 85. As Matt mentioned, you can do all of our products, either paper or the e-app, which we highly recommend. And one thing, a real nice feature when working with what we're looking at here, our guaranteed solution, you can do that e-app over the phone. So again, we make it real easy to do business with Sons of Norway. Matt, was there anything you'd like to add?
No, let's go to the next slide. All right, and just touching again, we also have the annuities, which is a great cross-selling opportunity for you guys when you're out there looking for life insurance and final expense. The other thing why we included this is we're very excited about the future with IXN, and we are looking forward to their new annuity quoting platform that should be coming next year. And we just wanted to make sure we were highlighting that because we've been very impressed with the IXN partnership, and we are looking forward to all the opportunities that we have. If you guys on the phone have any questions for us, you can always reach us here at Sons of Norway. And with that, thank you, and I will turn it back to Kevin.
Thanks, Matt. Thanks, Jared. And also thanks, Lasse, for that demo. So hopefully what you've gathered here today was a bit of an understanding of what is final expense as a product. You saw how to start quoting that on the IXN platform, and you learned a little bit about some specific products that are available to you that maybe you weren't familiar with before. And right now we are wrapping up, so I hope that you will take a moment, and if you have any questions, please put those in the chat window. We've had a few come across now, and if you would, if there's anything specific you'd like to discuss as we wrap up this webinar, now's the time, and we'll watch for your questions coming across. If we don't have questions here after just a moment, we'll go ahead and conclude. Lasse, anything else you wanted to add as we wrap up here?
Well, actually, you know, while we wait for the questions to come in, as people think about questions here, I actually had a question for Matt and Jared, just as kind of a thought. So, you know, a lot of the IXN customers who are probably in attendance today have traditionally sold term life insurance or guaranteed universal life. If they want to start kind of transitioning over and adding final expense to their platform, what have you seen as far as successful ways to kind of cross-sell that to your customer base? Do you guys have any kind of insight into that maybe we can share with our user base here?
A couple things on that, to cross-sell, from the UL to the term side of things is, keep in mind, we're going to have, issue ages all the way up to 85. And, especially as we all know, as clients, get older, their health goes down. And so, with our simplified issue standard to a table 4, or like the last product, on the life side with our guaranteed solution, I mean, it's a true, non-med. I mean, so that's, we'll take anyone literally on that platform. So again, working with those smaller face amounts, older clients on that. And so, definitely keep that in mind, when you're meeting with those clients. That's a great, those are 2 great products to help fill that space, when they're being declined with other carriers.
I also think that not only with the health thing, but it's also the cost. It's also, a lot of these people that fall into the final expense are over 50, they're possibly in a low income bracket, or they're depending heavily on Social Security, and they find themselves as, they don't want to leave that burden to their family, and this is what they can afford. And again, it's not losing that sale to another organization. It's being able to fill that need and possibly get additional clients off of that contact.
Thanks, Matt. A couple questions, or one question here that came in: does your guaranteed product have a 2-year wait period for the full benefit? So our guaranteed is the solution is in the first 2 years, if anything happens other than accidental death, it is modified. So in those first 2 years, we'll, in that case, if they pass on, pay return of premium plus 10% interest.
And also to Alex, yes, you can contract with Sons of Norway The contracting paperwork is available on the IXN. If you quote us, you can download it right there. We contract direct to the carrier. We also have GA organizations that you can go underneath for the various support needs of yourself, or if you're an agency out there and you'd like to offer Sons of Norway, I would encourage you to give us a call. My direct line is 612-821-4603, and Jared's
is 612-821-4621.
Yeah, so I just want to make sure you guys know. So Alexander, you asked, so IXN is not an agency. So you can't be contracted through IXN to sell Sons of Norway products, but feel free to contact the guys over at Sons of Norway and they can help you with that process and get contracted there. So I'll jump in here. It looked like Madison asked if I could show the quoting tool again because you had trouble with the audio. So I'll just show the web one here real quick. So this is what we call our agency life quoter. And we come in here, we select the carriers in this section here that we want to quote. You don't have to turn off other carriers. So if let's say you're just quoting final expense, it'll leave out the carriers who don't have final expense products. But you can also quote, your term, different things like that. So we come down here, select final expense.
I don't know about anyone else, but I'm still seeing the Q&A slide.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. I need to share my screen here. So let me go back to sharing my screen. Sorry about that. Here we go, Kevin. You see it now?
I do.
Perfect. All right. So agency life quoter here. We come in, we fill in our client information. Agent information, you should only have to fill that in the first time, then a cookie will populate it afterwards. We select our underwriting class, our carriers, and then our products. And you can see final expenses down here. We then select our face amount, and then we click view quotes. Takes just less than a second, and then here we have our quote results. From here, I can expand a carrier quote card. I can grab their forms, or here's their contracting paperwork if that's there. I can see the premium breakdown. I can download PDFs. So if I need to do a comparison, I want to compare these three here, I can download text or email it from here. The texting feature is actually one that we found to be pretty popular, but then I can download it here. And feel free to reach out, Madison, if you want to learn more about the IXN products. If you're not a current client, we'd love to show you the platform and give you a demo. If you're an agency, you can reach out to me directly here at IXN, or just go to our website at ixn.tech. Let's see here. Phil, you asked, I assume each company's offer for final expense are different criteria, risk payment, et cetera. Will this be provided to us? So Phil, there will be there are underwriting guides available on the IXN platform. And we are going to be soon adding in product features and such into the IXN quoting platform. Keep an eye out for that in the next couple weeks. That's actually coming really, really soon. That's going to be the next update we do. So you'll see some webinar invites and different things coming out about that. If anyone who's on here is going to be at NALBA, come see us at our booth this week. We're going to be at NALBA down in Dallas. So come by our booth and check us out. I'm happy to give you a demo. Looks like Laws, you asked what is the cost of the IXN platform. It really depends on what product you're doing. So feel free to reach out to us, and we'd love to do a demo and talk to you about what the product that would fit your specific need. Some products are in the $30 a month range. Some are in a couple $100 or a month range. It really depends on the usage of the platform and how you're using it, what you're using it for, which products you have. So happy to talk to you about that and figure out the best product for you. So Alexander, okay, Kevin, you're putting in the contact number for the guys at Sons of Norway there. So to be able to use the IXN platform, Alexander, you need to be a subscriber. So feel free to reach out to us. Like I said, just go to our website, ixn.tech. Our phone number's at the top. You can live chat in with one of our sales reps, and we'd be happy to walk you through that and the different ways you can utilize IXN. Looks like Lance wants to be emailed the contract number, so I'll get them your contact information, Lance, and Matt and Jared there can reach out to you about getting contracted. Cool. I think looks like that's all of our questions. If there's no more questions, Kevin, go ahead. We'll turn it back to you.
Well, thank you, Lasse. That's really it. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us today. This has hopefully been an informative webinar for you. And again, if you have questions, please reach out to us at IXN. All of our contact information is on our website at ixn.tech. And I put Matt Roedel's contact information in there. Jared, sorry, I didn't have yours right at my fingertips. But as people contact us, we can provide them your contact information as well. And again, if you have questions, once we're off this webinar, just reach out directly to us and we'll make sure that we get those answered. But thank you very much, and we hope everyone has a great rest of your days. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.